Yo, sup guys, I'm Yannick from the Produce School and our brand new Tech House producer pack, Elevate, is out now. Tech House has been in the scene for many years now, but it was never as hyped as it is right now. With pumping basses, catchy vocals and groovy drums, Tech House is taking over all the dance floors. We created an all-in-one Tech House producer pack, including a sample pack, over 100 presets for Serum, project files, original vocals and so much more. It's inspired by names like Chris Lake, John Summit, Endor, Noizu and so many other Tech House artists, and it has all the sounds that you will need for your next Tech House track. For this pack we want to be sure you have enough samples to choose from, so that's why we created even more samples in there than our other packs. If you want to check out the pack or support the channel, then make sure to use the link in the description or click the link over here, and any support on the pack is always appreciated. And as you can see, I'm in a completely different space where we usually record our videos, and that's because we moved into a new studio that we're currently still building. Nick and I are both really excited for this. It's really like a next step for our channel, and we'll keep you updated about everything that's happening here. We'll probably do a studio tour once it's finished, but it still needs a lot of work. Enough about me, let's check out the project files, which are both for FL Studio as well as Ableton Live, and here's a little preview of the two of them.
Take a step back, 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 take a step back,
That's it for the project files of this pack. As I already said, they are both for Ableton as well as FL Studio, so you can open them in both DAWs, which is really great. And let me know in the comments which of the two project files is your favorite, and maybe we can do like a video about it in the future. Now let's move on and check out some of the over 110 presets for Serum. I will pick out some of my favorite basses, leads, plugs and synth, and we'll show you how they sound. This is the complete list of the presets. We got a lot of basses in there, some FX sounds, a lot of leads as well, plugs and synths. Let's just start off with some of the basses, like this one, the first one. It's called Acids and sounds like this. Bass Artificial is a really plucky bass which can be used on top of a lower bass. And as always, we included macros for every preset, so you can change up the sound, add a bunch of effects and make it sound different. This one was inspired by the man himself, Dom Dollar. Bass Enough is like the bass I just showed you, but then it has another wavetable on top of it, which adds some nice harmonics to the sound. Bass Fade is a square bass, which sounds like this. Bass Monolite is a really low and punchy sine wave, which can also be used as a percussion type of bass. Let me just show you how it sounds. You can also add some harmonics with Macro 1. Another Dom Dollar inspired bass. This one is from his track Pump the Brakes, which is a pretty recent track he dropped, and it sounds like this. Reese to Step, just listen to this sound, it's crazy. Bass Seduce is a pretty basic bass, but it can work well if you have some really groovy drums and stuff like that. This is Bass Slow. And the last bass I'm going to show you is called Toxic, and it's one of my favorites from the pack. Now let's move on to some effect sounds. This one is called Double Zip. And especially in tech house, effect sounds like these can really make your drop interesting, because usually there are crazy lasers and stuff like that going on in tech house drops. So that's when these presets come really handy. This one is also crazy. It's called LFO. Crazy sound. Another effect sound called Police. And then the last FX preset I'm going to show you is called Shot. It's kind of inspired by a Fisher track. I'm not sure which one anymore, but it's just a really cool like delayed shot. I'm going to show you a few of the leads from the pack, like this one. Let's try Macro 1. Lead boost is the typical drop start lead that you hear in a lot of tech house tracks. Artists like James Hype use this one a lot. It sounds like this. Lead bubble has a bubble effect made with a phaser over here. Just a phaser with a really high rate like this, which gives that bubbly effect. Lead calling sounds like a cell phone. That's why we named it calling, and you can add some effects like old or make it bigger, which add another oscillator. Lead chord is also a really cool one. The name already says what it does. It's a chord sound. Then we got this lead called Feel Me. Also in higher octaves it works really well. Lead ground has that nice vibration in it. Same goes for lead havoc. Lead high on you was inspired by Matroda and goes like this. And the last lead I'm going to show you is called Mirrors and sounds like this. Then let's move on to the plugs. Let me just pick the first one in the list, which is called Anxious and sounds like this. The next plug can also be seen like an effect, which is the Tech House laser you can hear in so many tracks. Really nice. Then we got this weird lead called Chip It. I'm sure you can turn this into a really cool track. This is plug high. And then the final plug I'm going to show you is called Toy Plug and goes like this. Some synths, this one is called After. It works well to fill up some space in your tracks and use it as like an ambient sound. Just let it stay on the root note of the track and then it will definitely work. Then we got this synth called Grooves, which sounds like a chord. I'm not sure what chord it is because it's made from a stock noise in Serum. But it sounds really cool. Another chord synth. Synth Push is a long brass sound. And that's it for the presets. Now let me give you a quick preview of the samples in Elevate. You open the folder of Elevate, you will see MIDI files, the preset pack, the project files for Ableton and FL Studio, the sample pack and the vocal pack. I already showed you the presets and the project file, so let's move on to the sample pack. In the sample pack you will find bass shots, drum loops, drums, fills, effects and synth shots. We got a total of 25 bass shots in there. Here are a few of them. Then for the drum loops we got percussion loops, which are really useful in tech house. And those percussion loops really help to give your track a lot more groove than with normally you would add a hi-hat and a clap. But with those percussion loops you can really get the groove going. Then we got a total of 30 drum loops. Normally we do like 10 or 20 in our packs, but for this one we really wanted more. So that's why we created 30 drum loops. Here are a few of them. And drum loops like these can really help you to spark inspiration for your tracks. So that's why they're there for, and also to be used, of course, as loops. For the drums, we've got bongos, claps, closed hi-hats, crashes, kicks, open hats, and percussion. Also some like rim shots like these, and snares. Let me show you just a few claps and kicks and stuff like that. Some percussion. And that's it for the drums. If you want to listen more in depth to them and other samples, then make sure to go to the page of Elevate on our website, which has some preview samples on there, which you can listen to. And then we got some drum fills, long fills like these. Or this one. And they are there to help you create build-up, so you don't have to make a full snare roll yourself and pitch it and stuff like that. With these pre-made long fills, you're ready to go. For the effects, we got downlifters, some impacts, uplifters like these, and they are also perfect to be used in your build-ups and drops. Got some misc effects, which is a bunch of random sounds like this alarm, laser sounds, and the short effect sounds can be heard in a lot of tech house tracks from Fisher, Chris Lake, and like every tech house artist ever. They add just so much more to a drop. Without them, it would be really boring. Then you would only have like a bass and drums and stuff like that. But with these effects, you add a lot of interesting sounds. And then we got some synth shots, which can be used for melodies, but you can also use them for steps. Here are some of them. And then finally, I'm going to show you some of the vocals from the vocal pack inside Elevate. We listened to a lot of tech house tracks and try to recreate. We listened to a lot of tech house tracks and we tried to recreate the sound that the vocals in tech house track have. And here are some of them.
Can you feel it?
I can feel the vibe. Jack the beat. Take a step back. I'm the operator.
And I'm really excited to see how you guys are turning this into tracks. Sometimes I find tracks on Spotify which have vocal samples from one of our packs in there, and it's always really great to see what you guys come up with. And then we also got some vocal shots like this.
Yeah, pull up. Hey, right. Switch, go, stop.
Which can use as ear candy or pre-drop vocals. And that's everything for Elevate. I showed you the project files, the presets, the samples and the vocals. If you want to know any more information or you have questions about this pack, feel free to drop a comment and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. I should also not forget to mention that all of our packs are 100% royalty free, which means you can use the samples, vocals, presets and everything from the pack to be used in your own tracks and release them on Spotify and all other major streaming services. Check out and support the pack by using the link in the description. And for now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching and I hope to see you in one of our next videos.